Hello, it's me. Okay, so I want to talk about. I was listening to a young lady. I like watching her vlogs, and I used to watch her when she was like cooking and doing mukbangs. Okay, but she was talking about how like when she went to a restaurant and just visiting out of states and meeting up with somebody, another content creator, and she was talking about all the love that she received, just like when people just love you unconditionally. They just they either make the time, they make the room. It's just to make you comfortable. You know, a lot of us, and I want to say a lot of us, honestly, no matter what color, race, ethnicity we are, a lot of us don't know what that's like. I think we have been conditioned to be accustomed to people who don't treat us well. And we have been hypnotized and told to constantly tolerate um, tolerate people who don't treat us well. And I'm not talking about in relationships, because we're already told that in relationships, not to really tolerate you, to not to tolerate less than what you deserve. The problem with less than what you deserve, people don't know that they draw whatever's in their hearts. And a lot of what's in people's hearts is not really receiving a lot of love. The reason why people don't know to receive love and they're not getting love, because we are constantly told, and I'm talking about people in general, I'm not talking about just women or black people or whatever, I'm talking about people in general. We are not told to not tolerate those who treat us less than what we deserve, especially when it comes to family. We're always somehow told to tolerate them, to somehow make it work, because you only get one mother, because you only get one father, or whatever, because you only get one family, whatever. So your family is, blood is thicker than water. This is what people always say. Blood is thicker than water. So some of the biggest abuse people really tolerate, it can be from spouses and mates or whatever. But for a lot of us, the biggest abuse that we've ever experienced come from family. And people are constantly told to not leave their family, because family is all you have. Okay, but you have a family that cause you a lot of pain and harm. And I'm not talking about just hurt your feelings. I'm talking about literally um, to the point where your life is not moving because it's stuff that's stored in you that you don't realize is stored in you. I talked about that on my last upload. Okay, and then because we tolerate that, because we try to tolerate it, even at work we're told to. But see, work, I get it, you have to you have to be able to pay your bills, but you see the abuse you have to put up with in order to pay your bills. Because at work you have to put up with a lot of people and they crap, right? People, messy people, petty people. You have to put up with that at work, and you always have to, like, okay, just ignore it. Just say ignore it. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. And we're often told to have thick skin. See, we're often told to have thick skin, and by being told, and I understand the need for thick skin in this kind of world, but because we're always told to have thick skin, that lets you know that there's so much hate in the world that you, in order to survive, your skin got to be tough. That's letting you know how much hate is in the world. People don't understand what love is. There's no love. And I'm going to have to say, in this world, because I know this world is basically the way I see it. I know this world is my mind. I don't want anything under the love frequency in this world anymore. I am tired of tolerating anything less than love. And I'm talking about throughout the whole damn world. I'm talking about the damn frequency. I'm talking about the world. I don't want no more politicians in office. Politicians don't do shit for people. They don't. So I'm talking about the world. I'm talking about world leaders. I want them all gone. Why are they messing up the food? Like I'm looking at videos, I'm seeing thumbnails because I can't click on every video. I don't have enough time to watch everything, but I just see the thumbnails. And talking about how, organic, just because they have the name organic on it doesn't mean it's organic. And they were talking about Whole Foods. And I didn't click on it, like I said. One day I will go back and click on it, but it's just so much to watch that I don't have the time to watch all of it. I'm sure it's good and informative, but I don't have the time. It's so much, right? But why? I don't want to tolerate this shit no more. Why are they messing up the water? Why are they messing with the food? Who gave them control over the food and that we have to, as consumers? Somebody was exposing Walmart. I looked at, what's her name, Sabby Sabs or whatever. I'm new to her channel because, like she talks about a lot of different things. It's not just politics. She talks about things happening in the world. But I'm not always into that kind of content because it is worldly. I'm not into worldly stuff too much. I like stuff that entertains me. Like I like looking at vlogs. I like watching people living their best life. So it don't always have to be spiritual. I like to see people enjoying their life. But I'm not into just world events like that because a lot of times it's on a lower frequency and I don't want to give that my attention like that. Because what you give your attention is the world that you're gonna continue to see, what you choose to keep giving your attention. Right? But I like her. I think she's a very smart woman. I like her channel. And she talked about Walmart and people exposing Walmart, people who get food from Walmart and exposing the food, like some of the meats they have, it shows on a sticker that it's like 5 pounds, 4 pounds, and when they use the scale that's in Walmart, it only shows a 4 pound a meat that says 4 pounds on the packaging. When they put it on the scale in Walmart, it's only like 1.82 pounds. If something is showing 5 pounds on the sticker, they put it on the scale in Walmart and it's showing only 2 point something pounds. Like, I'm sick of this world. So it's not even about what's accepted in my personal life. I'm tired of this world. It's unnecessary. It's too evil. And to the point where you have to say, we got to have thick skin to survive in this world. Why? That means the world is full of hate. You got to come out the doggone womb having thick skin. As a child, you get traumatized and you learn as a child to be tough, to have thick skin to the point where your heart chakra is closed. That closes off your heart. You know what I mean? So it's you can't take that mess you can't do that no more. This not going to work. I'm tired of entities around that wants to poison the water, wants to cause confusion. They want to push fear. I'm tired of people in leadership. They pushing fear. Making sure you have a low vibration. And even if you're not giving it to it yourself, the population still is, even if you're not doing it yourself. So I'm willing that the population needs to go. The population has to go. Because even if you don't give it to it yourself, by the fact that everybody else wants to believe the BS means that you're going to be stuck in it too. So that means the population just need to go. Like, I'm not going to live in fear to the point where I want to hold on to people that want to hold on to fear. No. Okay? And they push division. They push division. Why do they have to push something? That means they're the ones that's in fear. The fact that they have to keep doing this type of stuff means that they are the ones that's in fear. But I want to get back to what she said about this lady who was doing this vlog and talked about how she was shown so much love. And it's almost like she wanted to cry. This was a nice lady. These are nice people that said that. She said she wanted to cry. I've seen this before. And I can imagine, because I haven't experienced what they experienced, that level of love, not coming from another human. That's why sometimes I'm so spiritual, because I experience the love that does come from the Holy Spirit. But coming from another person, I have not. I don't know what that's like. Okay, but it's one thing to, yes, work on yourself, but it's another thing to know what love is like coming from another human being. Because you can always say, well, love comes from within. And I get love comes from within because the word that we see, I guess, comes from within. But at the same time, we are also programmed and don't realize it. we are also under mind control, and then we don't realize it. Until we really get into our real much, much higher state of consciousness, a lot of the thoughts that we think are not our own. It's really coming from somewhere else telling us what to think. That's why they don't like creativity, because when you get into creativity, then you get outside of this crazy realm, and they don't like creativity. That's why they want everybody to be a robot. So, and it gets to a point where you can't be okay with that. But yeah, so she said that even if you are around somebody who treats you less than what you deserve, you know, just remember that it's people out there that will show you love. You know what? I don't want anybody else that's going to keep treating me less than what I deserve. Now I know whatever you deserve is really in your heart. Your heart is going to manifest what you deserve. But at the same time, you can be the nicest person, and it seems like hate comes to you. It seems like you try to do right by people, and hate comes to you. And so that I don't really understand why the hate is so strong when you are a person that always wants to do right by people. The hate is so strong towards the best, the nicest people in the world. It's the most evil people in the world that gets all kind of love. I can name so many wicked, evil people that get all the love. But the ones that are truly, truly, truly good people, they don't get that kind of love. It is so backwards that I don't want this world to exist anymore. I don't want it to exist anymore. It's so evil. I'm not going to put up with anybody who treat me less than what I deserve. I don't want them in my life. I put up with that my whole life. I don't want them in my life anymore. Because that mindset, I'm not talking about her. We've been taught for too long to have thick skin. Why do we have to have thick skin and tolerate evil ass fuckers that don't want to show any kind of love, that don't want to work on themselves? So I have to have thick skin because your ass don't want to do the fucking work. I have to have thick skin. You need to go away. I want you energetically taken out. I'm not going to keep having thick skin because your ass wants to keep mistreating people. You need to go. The earth don't want you no more. And by the way, we have been taken away from earth. I'm going to say me. But I went back. Man, I did this meditation and I saw myself like I was like in a the kind of gear what do you call it? Astronaut would wear. I was like in a kind of gear that an astronaut would wear, but this was during the meditation. I was like on one of those aircrafts, spacecrafts. And I saw myself headed back to Earth. I'm like, where the hell was I then? I wasn't at Earth. That's why I say you have to work. You have to constantly be aware and make sure you maintain a conscious awareness, because you don't even realize that you're not even on Earth. That's why so much evil continues to take place, because we've been cloned. Our consciousness is constantly being moved. I'm telling you, it's not going to be too long for people going to end up on Mars. Elon Musk already talked about that. And see how people keep putting up with Elon Musk? I don't want him. He's going to take people to Mars. Okay, they have all this technology. They might roll out the real ID. I don't know if people go along with the United States of America. If they don't, we won't have it. But see how they keep rolling things out and rolling things out and rolling things out, where they're gonna trap you with stuff, and they're gonna show it in a way that it might sound good and people will agree to it. But they keep trapping you with that technology. And then they have laws where you have to use it. If people agree to stuff, then eventually there'll be laws where it has to be used. I personally don't think we should have a passport. So no, I just don't. I don't want this anymore. But yeah, I said a whole lot, but I really was thinking about what that young lady said, and I like her. Everybody have their own opinions, and it's really not about being wrong or right when it comes to your own life. But she said, when you have people who mistreat you in your life and people who treat you less than what you deserve, just remember there's folks out there that's going to treat you really good too. I don't want to just remember the folks out there. See, and I'm saying this for myself, whenever this is what I heard throughout my whole life. Whenever you have to say it's good out there, that means there's so much evil that you have to remind yourself that it's good out there. Whenever you have to remind yourself that there is some good that exists, that means it's too goddamn evil. I'm gonna say goddamn. It's too goddamn evil. If you have to remind yourself that there is some good in the world, it is too goddamn evil. Evil should never be tolerated anymore. Should not be tolerated. Okay? So anyway, with that being said, I will talk later.